Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO video. Today, we're going to be doing a fire truck update. So let's get started. Now, I know it's been a while since I've done a fire truck update. Over a year to be exact. But lately, I've been doing lots of updates to my fire trucks because why not? Excuse me. But yeah. Because I haven't really been working on trains because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. And I thought some of my trucks could use an update, so yeah. So let's start out with, over here on the left, with Station 1. So, now I know the camera angle is weird. What I said there was, I said it weird. I know the camera angle is a little weird, but, when I tried setting up my, my stand, my normal stand, the camera was so weird. I don't know why, but it just would not work. Because the stand would be in the way. And, that never happened before. I don't know if that's because of the new iPhone update that completely changed everything, but yeah, I don't know, but whatever. So, I mean, I could angle it down to get a better view, but as you can see this, and I can't move it to the left. Well, oh, I can. Okay. I thought it would be off balance. I didn't try that. Okay. Anyways, let's just get started. There's a little bit there. I bet you if I move it. Okay. Hold on. Whatever. We're just gonna have to deal with it. So here's our brush engine with a new trailer, but first we'll start out with the brush engine. So this got a new overhaul in the back section, a little bit in the fronts. The only thing I did with the front is I changed up the light bar, which it now uses off-brand pieces, which are 1x2 plates that have a 1x1 plate attached to it, in between the 1x2 plates. So like it's offset, like here. Let me show you. I don't know how to describe it. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. So we got the 1x2 plate with 1x1 plate attached to it, but it's not centered. It's off center. So yeah. That's all I really did with the front. Now the back section, I actually changed up a lot. As you can see, I added lights here, which there weren't lights there before. So I increased the height of it by I think about a brick, maybe a couple plates, I don't know. But yeah. On this side, I added hoses. I don't know why I said it like that. I added hoses, 3 of them to be exact, because the truck that I was basing off of actually had hoses here instead of cabinets, which is what was on this side. So I added the hoses, and since I was already redoing it, I might as well just redo this section. So, oh, I heightened it by 2 plates because I remember this was level with the with this middle section here, or maybe I heightened that too. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so I added these 2 lights here. Oh no, this was level with this. This I don't know. It's been a while since I've done this. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this now. That also meant I had to increase the length, so I think I increased this by 1 back here. And yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this now. Now with the new trailer, this is... I'm used to being over here, so I have my phone flipped around now, in order for it to not show the phone stand, although it still does, but whatever. Anyways, the ATV trailer. This is just a basic trailer that I made. Very basic. Yeah, not much to it. Got the back that can fold down, so that's pretty cool. Got the brake lights and turn signals, basic stuff. I actually did something with this. Originally when I first made it, I didn't have it going over the wheels. I had it just stopping at the wheels and then continue over here. But instead, I heightened the section around the wheels and added these wedge plates to kind of be like a wheel arch, or mudguard, whatever. So that's what I did there, and I think it looks pretty cool. But in order to do that, I actually have these pieces put inside, not the actual studs, but inside the little tubes. So yeah, not these, the tubes. So yeah. And since the brackets are hollow studs, it made it a lot easier to do that. So I did that with this side and this side so that it'll line up perfectly. And yeah, I'm really liking it. I really do. And then the front, we got, of course, the hitch and the... I don't know. I just added this there, so I thought it'd be cool. We got a toolbox here, because I've seen those on some of these ones I was basing off of. I added these slopes to hold the wheels for the ATV. Although, the wheels make it a little too wide because it actually hits the brackets. So this is actually not down all the way. This side is, but this side isn't. So what I do is I push it down, and it actually keeps it locked in place, but then the brackets kind of spread out like this. So yeah, not very ideal, but whatever. Now onto the ATV itself. This is a take on the beach AVT I made a while ago. I'll link the video down below where I made that and viewed it. But that ATV I actually took apart. Not to make this, but I was stealing parts from it to do other stuff. So I just decided to just finally take it apart. And the boat trailer as well. So it's got a hose reel and this, a little water tank here, similar to the one on that fire chief response unit set from Lego. I don't know what the number was, but it's back in 2019. So yeah, it's got a siren and a light here, just like the other one. This guy right here is actually the guy that was hanging off the side of the brush engine, holding on for dear life right here. But I since removed him because, you know, I thought that was silly. And it was, but I had him on there for a while. But finally I have a place for him now, so that's good. Now, originally this truck was supposed to be carrying the boat trailer, but that has since been changed since the boat trailer is in a different station now. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Next we got my tanker in Station 1, or Station 17. God. I'm still getting that mixed up, even though I changed the stations for a while now. Not much happened here. Yeah, so nothing back here. Nothing here. The only thing that changed... I was thinking about changing the roof to make it look more like a Rosenbauer truck. Which is to have the slope all the way up here. Like the engine in the same station. It has it up here. It's a different company, though. That's a Spartan. This is a Rosenbauer, though. But what I did was I changed up the front, as you can clearly see. I made it look much more like a Rosenbauer. A little too much, maybe. More European than me, but whatever. Now, as you can see, I actually had to do something. I actually added these headlight bricks in transparent clear. Actually add some. And I put turn signals on the sides, because I was originally using transparent clear plates. Because I was going to do this for this truck and for the ladder truck in the airport. Since that's also a Rosenbauer truck. But, I didn't have enough, so I decided to compromise with this one. I was going to use just the regular clear 1x1 bricks. Well, I found these, and I thought I would just put the transparent orange studs. This is actually neon orange. That's just normal orange, because the rest were all hollow. So, yeah. And I just put 1x1 transparent plates at the bottom. And then the slopes. Now, it's actually interesting. These top slopes here, they're upside down, actually glued. Yes, you heard me right. Glued to the bottom of this windscreen. Now, I'm pretty sure they can come off pretty easily, but they're holding on there pretty well. So, yeah. And if I ever need to take this apart for whatever reason, then that'll be easy to do. To put back on. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for this. And I actually had to change this up, so of course I had to increase this since it was snot. So I increased the bottom plate here from 2x6 to 3x6, and added the 2x6 plate with the 4 studs on one end. So, yeah. Still got the train horn. But, yeah. That's pretty much it for the tanker. So that's it for Station 17. Now we've on to Station 18. Now you might notice, wait a minute. Wasn't this a Station 17? Yes, it was, but I reassigned it to Station 18 because, I figured it fits better in Station 18, especially since when they already got 2 trucks, well now 3, with the white and red paint scheme, which is just mainly white with red stripes. So I decided to do that. Oh, I just realized I do not have a red stripe here. I should probably do that. But yeah, so I'll show that in the next update, which won't be for a while. Probably around the same time next year. Who knows? But yeah, so nothing really happened here at the front. That's pretty much stayed exactly the same. The only thing that changed, actually, was the cab. May not notice it at first, but I actually added, this top windscreen piece. Now, this was never on here. I had it brick built with, like, cheese slopes and whatnot. But yeah. So that's what I had originally on here. But when I was making a new truck, which I'll show later on, I needed a windscreen in transparent black. And it was originally transparent blue, but the rest of the fire station had transparent black, so I wanted to keep that theme with it. So I stole it off of here and changed everything to transparent light blue. Which, yeah, it made it look a little weird, but I just had to deal with it. Then, I actually had another one of these lying around, so from redoing one of my trucks that had one, so I was like, well, I guess I didn't really need to do that. I could have just waited till I redid the truck, although I didn't know it at the time that I was doing it. So yeah, there are none of us, so I changed it all back. But instead of adding the slopes, I added this, which I sold off for one of my trucks when I redid the roof. So yeah, and I think it looks pretty good now. And that meant I had to increase the height of all this. And then now I just realized that I can raise up all these tiles by 1 plate layer and put a red plate layer under this, so it makes it look less bland. So I'll do that at some point. I don't know when. And in the back, since I was redoing this, I finally added a hazard light here, which is what you see on mostly all trucks these days. Well, it's been like that for a while, but yeah. Now we move on to the tower ladder truck, Station 18. This, as you can see, this has gotten a huge change in that I have removed one of these tower sections. Now, the reason why is because, well, I added it to my crane truck, which I'll link that video down below as well. But yeah, I needed one, so I just took one section off. But yeah, I mean, it still works, but it just looks really weird now. I'm thinking I might keep it this way and just redo it all and make it look more realistic, I think. So, yeah, that's the plan. But not right now. That's in the future. Maybe soon, I don't know. I also changed out the bumper because I needed jumper plates for some new fire truck builds, so I redid the bumper and added cheese slopes on the ends. You can't see the Q siren, but I'm thinking it's either going to be embedded with the bumper or attached on the grill like my other tower in Station 19. But yeah, everything else is pretty much exactly the same. Got the stabilizers, still work, so yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Now we got the utility truck. Now, you might notice something. This isn't the same utility truck as when you last seen it. I changed up and redid a few of my trucks that were 6 wide. That's because I figured that my 6 wide smaller vehicles needed to be at least 5 wide in the front, 6 wide in the back, or just 5 wide all throughout. So that's what I did with this one. So it's no longer a pickup truck, as you can clearly tell. It is a 2016 Ford F-250 for the front section, and then the back section is, of course, it can be moved like that, just like the brush engine. It's got fake cabinets here and here. It's got forking cabinets here and here, so it's got face mask, oxygen tank. I like how I put them on the same side. I didn't even notice that. We got traffic cones and the fire extinguisher. And then this one still has a hose reel, just now as a pump. section there. So, yeah. And then I added a toolbox up here since, well, I thought it would be cool to add one up top. So, yeah. And I think it definitely looks cool. Now, the difference between this and the brush engine in the front is actually the windshield. As you can see, this one is the one that's a little steeper. This one's less steep. That's because I didn't have any more of these in any colors. Maybe I had one in transparent light blue, but I could not find it. So I decided to stick with just these. Oh, that's the wrong trailer. With these ones, and I would try and figure out how to do that. The main thing I was concerned about was how the minifigures were going to fit inside. But somehow, they managed to actually fit. It's just they're a little more leaned back. Maybe, I don't know. But they still fit somehow, so that's good. Of course, this one has a smaller bumper. It originally had the 1x2 curved slopes, but then I changed it to these ones because I needed them for another build of some sort that I don't know. Oh, I think it was the boat trailer when I was redoing that, so yeah. But, yeah, I still like it. I'm glad I changed that. Now, this, I changed up a lot. So, as you see, it's a lot taller. More than I'd like it to be, but it's whatever. Anyway, the one that I'm basing off of actually has another raft in here, so I guess it would be better for it to be taller. As you can see, it has these arms, so it can actually move. Just like my Autorec cars, that's pretty much what I was going for here, was to base it off of that and have it be able to move. Now, it's not supposed to go forward, that's why this catches on the mudguards here. That's why it catches on there, but doesn't on here. I actually had to move these ones back once, so it wouldn't actually do that. So once this one gets offloaded, which now it can, without any stabilizers in the way, this one can actually go all the way down. And much easier to do than what would have been with the other one, which I don't know how they would have done the other boat trailer design. But yeah, I'm definitely much happier with this one. Okay, so yeah, it is one back. That's what I thought. I thought it would take a while to do this, but it really wasn't. All I did was change up a little bit with the base down here and up here, and that was pretty much it. Just add the arms. So I was quite happy with it. For some reason I lost one of these life vests. So it's supposed to be one on each one, and I lost it somehow, so I don't know where it is. Maybe it's in the container, although I looked and it wasn't, so yeah. Next up, we got the Fire Chief Car Station 18. And, of course, I changed the color of this to be white and red as well. Mainly just because, why not? I originally actually did this with the one in Station 18, or no, Station 17. But then I decided to put in for the one in Station 18 because I think it would fit this one a lot better. This sticker is actually the one from the Station 17 Battalion Chief. I just trimmed off the edges because they were peeling up and it didn't need it on the 2x2 curved slope, so yeah. And then the one that was originally on here is on that one, so yeah. And I must say, it actually looks quite good. Yeah, I really do like this a lot better, so yeah, pretty happy with that. Now on to Station 19. We got the Antique Tower Ladder here. There's a couple changes. One, I'm pretty sure I never... Yeah, this was, like, recent. Okay. Well, not, like, recent, but yeah. I added red rims to this, as you can see. They were originally black, but I added red ones. Because, well, a lot of older trucks had, especially Max, had, like, red rims or whatever. So that's what I did. And I think it looks a lot better than the black ones. Yeah, I really like this. I really like it a lot better. The only downside is that you can see the Technic pins. That's tan, and that's... Well, the black doesn't look that bad, but the tan, yeah, it does, but it has to be. So, yeah. Yeah, and, oh yeah, I added the cabinets. These were actually pretty sure originally dark bluish gray. Yeah, they were. I don't know if I already shown you that I changed them to light bluish gray. No, the last Fire Trick update was when I first showed this off. So yeah, I added the light bluish gray cabinet doors, and I added light bluish gray cabinets here and here. Does that like not want to stay or something? Maybe that clip is getting loose. I think it's getting loose. But yeah, I really do like this. I also swapped out the hose reel to be the one that's in light bluish gray, and have no hose because I needed a hose. And this one stayed the same, so yeah. This bumper is not that strong. The detail is nice, but structural integrity, not so great. Yeah, I think that's about it for that. Now we got the battalion chief. Now, this is another station that got a huge overhaul. The battalion chief and the utility. As you can see, if you remember what they used to look like, they look completely different. Now, I kind of added switched roles. So, like, what the battalion chief was supposed to be is now the utility, and what the utility was supposed to be is now the battalion chief, if that makes sense. So, like, this is the front of the utility, but it's on the battalion chief now. Now, what I said earlier about I wanted all my vehicles to be at least 5 wide in the front, 6 wide in the back, or just 5 wide all throughout. This one was the only exception because I tried to make this 5 wide. Thing was, it looked completely terrible. And also, I didn't have enough drummer plates, so I had to start stealing them from my other trucks, and I didn't want to do that, so I just gave up. And decided to go 6 wide. Until I get more drummer plates, or make it look better somehow, it's just gonna have to stay 6 wide. It's not like it looks bad, it's just I prefer it. Especially with the smaller wheels than what it was before, it just looks kind of just squished. It looks like a lowrider, you know? But it's whatever. So yeah, like I said, this is the same front, same mud piece, I think. I don't know. But yeah, so inside, of course, we got a fire chief, same interior. The back, I'm gonna take off this piece. I can't take this off. Whatever. It's supposed to come off, and there's like a little thing that pulls out. It's supposed to be pulled out from here, but it doesn't fit through there. Yeah, there's a tailgate. This is supposed to come up too, but just can't really do that. So yeah, it's got a fire extinguisher and a radio. I think that was it. I was trying to fit a a pair of breathing apparatus, but didn't want to fit. So yeah, I just did those two. Next up, we got the utility. So yeah, this is supposed to be a 2007, if I'm correct, Ford F550. If I'm correct, it's 2007 Ford F550, but I could be wrong. So this one, of course, has the same lady that was in the other utility, just now in this one. It's got the hazard stripes up front from that utility truck, of course. A lot of I actually changed up the bumpers on the fire trucks that have 5 wide. Because originally the bumper would stop here or whatever, and it would leave a massive gap between this and the wheel well. So I changed it so that it would go all the way up to the wheel well on all my trucks with that are 5 wide in the front. So that would be, of course, my brush engine, the utility, this utility, and my ambulances. So, yeah. And that definitely makes them look a lot better. Now this sticker was actually cut down from a 4x6 hood piece one. I just cut down the edges since it was clear. Yeah, it's definitely not centered, but it's good enough. This one, the only notable difference is that it's a lot taller, and that the cabinets are light bluish gray instead of white. Still got the same little doors, same cabinets and whatnot. Oh, I noticed that these actually changed positions. Hold on. Let me swap these. Oops. I knew that happened at some point. Okay, we'll try this again. I think it's because I caught it on the cord. It's charging it because it just died. I'll try and keep away from that. Wait, no, I just put them back in the same spot they were just in. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it's got the radio. This one's got a bigger hose reel. It's got the 2x4s. I actually had an extra 2x4, so I just put that on here. Still got a pump, although that's lower now instead of the other one, which the pump was higher. I should probably switch it, but that's whatever. So it's got the hazard stripes and 1x2 tiles, and then the lights and whatnot. Also got lights up here, same thing with the other utility. And I added this little race section up here because why not? Just a little more detail. That's, I don't even know what that's for. So, next up, we got another new truck. Technically, I don't know. This one is my Brush 19. This was a fun build, definitely. This is based off of those like military vehicles that you would see. But they're turned into fire brush trucks. And that's what this one is. I don't know what this is called, but I know it's in the 90s range of military vehicles, so yeah. And I really like it. So at the front, we got, of course, the headlights, the grill. This is the only grill that I actually have that's the same color as, like, the rest of the truck. Because usually they're either black or they're light bluish gray, silver, whatever. This one's the only one that has that, so yeah. And the bumper, this piece is actually Mega Bloks, but I wanted to use it because it had these little things sticking out of each end that were on that truck, so yeah. And then we got nozzles on the bottom, got this for like towing. And I made sure to use the big wheels. Now I was going to do them in white, but the ones that I seen, they all had like black rims, so I just did them in black. So, yeah. The guy in there, side mirrors, you know. As you can see, this hood, this sticker is a little oversized. It actually came from a 4x4 panel piece sticker. It goes on one of those panels. But, I decided to trim off all of the clear parts and just do the shield. As you can see, you can kind of see it's a little jagged on the edges, but I think it's fine. And then we got the lights, which I just did a pattern of red and blue 1x1 plates. Handlebars on the sides, and then the bottom, I think these are just cabinets, I don't know. Then we got steps leading right up, which I like how they're lined up with the door perfectly. And then we got a huge water tank here. We got the exhaust pipe up here, whatever it's called. And we got the hose reel here that's directly connected to the tank, of course. And I think these are also cabinets, but I don't know. Couldn't really tell. Yeah. And then we got a little tailgate here. Drops down. And we got red lights and turn signals. Brake lights and turn signals. So yeah. Now this tank design is actually based off of a set. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. This was based off of a train set. You might know it. It's from the 60052. Correct, that's the number. Cargo train set from 2014. Yeah. Get a little confused here. I actually made this tank design before for a pallet on one of my train cars, but I decided to I decided to make another one, except not be on a pallet, and make it for my fire vehicles. So that's what I did here. And I didn't have any more white 4x4 round plates, so I just used red ones since I had a bunch. And yeah, I think that actually worked out good, especially for this. I think the red actually is what looks a lot better than if it were white. A little extra, contrast. So I do like that. So yeah, there's my brush truck. I really like that. Next up, now we move on to the airport. The airport got a new truck. It's a tanker. Now, this was a long-waited debate on whether I should give the airport a tanker, because it already had 4 vehicles. I didn't know if I wanted to increase that or just leave it alone. But I decided to finally do this. Now, actually, airports do actually have tankers. I looked that up. They do actually have tankers. So, yeah. This one is based off of an International. I don't know what year, but yeah. And I put it in, of course, their paint scheme. I didn't do a white cap like the engine, ladder, and squad trucks. So this is like the rescue, where it's just a yellow cab. But I think that's fine. Anyway, I didn't have any more hood pieces in white. I only had one in yellow, so I just used that there. For the front, we got the Q siren here. I don't know what this is for, but it was one of my 3 tile that I had, so I just used that. And then this is like something, I don't know. Then of course the grills and the headlights and turn signals. And we got lights here. I don't think they have lights on the side noses like Freightliners do, but that's what I did. Got the grills there. These also don't have functioning doors because I don't have any in yellow, so yeah. It's got side mirrors. And I'm planning on redoing this back section. If you remember my utility truck, I actually redid it to where it would have an extended cab. That's pretty much the design I'm going to go for this one, once I get the pieces, although it's probably going to be a while before that gets done. So yeah. And then I made sure to do this bottom part with the brackets and these panels, which I think makes it look really cool. And then I think this is a cabinet. Who knows? But yeah, I did that there. And so yeah, we got hookups here. Yes, and then little levers and stuff. There's no gauges because I actually don't have any more. But I got an order coming. I was hoping it'd come today, but nope. So yeah. Whatever. It'll just have to stay like that. I got the hose reel on top, and then you can see the top of the tank here. And what these are. These, I don't know. I've seen these on like almost every tanker truck I've ever seen. They have like these kind of side panels. Now I don't have them on any other tanker trucks. This is the only one. So I decided to add them because I actually had these large pieces. I just stuck one of my 4 tiles on the sides. As you see, it is uneven at the top, but that doesn't matter. I don't know what they're for. I think they're for to hold hoses or something. I don't know. But yeah, we got a cabinet down here on both sides. This one as face mask and an oxygen tank. Now, I was gonna add a face mask and oxygen tank in this truck. However, I actually don't have any. Well, I have oxygen tanks, but I don't have any more face masks. So yeah, I don't know what to do about that. If you're wondering what this is, these pieces, pretty sure Lego makes them now, but didn't used to. These are actually off-brand. They're actually from an off-brand SpongeBob set, and they're part of his eyes. Yes. And I just used them here because I wanted to give that curved effect. And you can't really tell it's an eye. I guess you could have. I guess you can now, but I thought the blue stripe would look nice here in the black, yeah. Got lights down here and here, brake lights. This is supposed to be the tank dump out, although it's a hitch piece, but I think it still works. So, yeah. It's probably the truck that has the longest studs between the wheels, because usually I can go up to like 12. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 studs. So at least I know that's fine. It just looks a little weird, but whatever. See, I'm really proud of that tanker. I really like that. And actually, I did a design before this that looked really weird. It looked like the old tanker that I had in Station 2 back when I had 5 stations. Gotta go back to my older videos for that. I kind of made it that design, but I didn't like it, so I decided to take it all apart and just redo it. And I followed a design for a brush engine truck, like a brush truck. This is kind of like the one that I used to have. But yeah, I just changed the paint scheme, made it into a tanker, and yeah. So I actually use the wheel arches and the wheels from my ladder truck, which we'll get to right now. So my ladder truck, I changed up the wheels to be the smaller ones and added normal mud guards and whatnot. So yeah. This does not like to stay on there. I don't know why. It's just too loose. And I also lost a piece there. Losing everything today. So as you can see, this got the same front as the other tanker, except that, of course, it has extra lights up here, which is why it isn't using the bricks. I think this one looks better, because it doesn't have the studs on the side, but not to say that the other one looks bad. Now the slopes I might actually change to white instead of having it yellow, because as you can see, it doesn't match the paint schemes, so I might change that in the future. I'm not sure. Means I'll have to glue those. So yeah, and I actually added back scene lights, the original ones that I added when I first built this truck. I actually added them to my engine as well, although I don't want to get that out. So yeah, I just added these two scene lights up here, and of course I changed the cab. So where I got the windshield piece from, I used for that engine over there, and I just redid this. And then I redid this back here to where it incorporated the blue stripes, so there's no more slopes here. And I moved this whole ladder, this big ladder piece up one, so it's not overhanging back here. And speaking of back here, I changed this up, so I moved the two wide steps like the one on my other ladder truck, and added these thinner steps that kind of actually step up instead of just step straight up like an actual ladder. And then back here I added these slopes like the engine in my rescue trucks, and then the 1x2 transparent plate just like the others. So yeah, I really like that a lot. Everything else is pretty much stayed exactly the same. So yeah. And for the final vehicle, we have my sheriff car, which is no longer an SUV. I changed it from an SUV because I figured that doing it like this would be a lot better. Of course, my police car is also the only other exception to not doing a 5 wide. So yeah. Now this is based off of, I think, is it a Ford Taurus? I'm not sure, but yeah. It's mainly the sheriff cars I've seen in like Baltimore County for those sheriff cars, especially when you see one in the parade, 4th of July parade. So yeah. So that's what I pretty much based it off of. So it's kind of like my Crown Vic, although the back is a little taller. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And that's it for this video. Wow, this took longer than I thought it would. Well, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I see you guys in the next one. See ya.